Penguin episode 7 started off with a pretty explosive start. And this is a few scenes that we knew we were going to get. And it gave us some backstory, some more backstory on the Penguin. And honestly, my biggest fear, as I said, we knew this was going to happen, was that they're going to dedicate a whole episode to Penguin's childhood. And I can happily say I'm so happy I was wrong. I am so happy it was 15 minutes, maybe a little bit less, but it was really well done. It was nothing that we didn't already know or didn't already guess, but I will say that once that flashback was over, I do think this episode went downhill. I think that a lot of what happened in this episode is a bit undeserved, and that the Penguin is by far the luckiest character in all of Gotham, because damn, they're setting up these big confrontations, especially with several very important characters in the comics too. And then one just keels over. That's it. They set up this big confrontation and they don't even get to it. And it's so undeserved too that Penguin just gets away scot-free. Maybe there'll be some big reveal in the final episode about actually this happened, which is why this happened. But at the moment, that's lame. I would much rather Penguin earn it, because so much in this show, and I was talking to a friend about this, that so many things that happen to the Penguin is just pure luck. And this is a huge moment, and it was this massive buildup that just fell so flat. And I wish I could say that it just ended there, but after this, I know that this is in character of the Penguin, but he continues to prove time and time again that he does not have what it takes to be a mob boss at all. I do agree that his mom did put a lot of pressure on him. It's very unfair towards him, and he's doing all he can, and as I said, it's very much in character. But he's never going to succeed. Never like the Falcones, never like the Maronis, because time after time, when cards are put down on the table, Penguin will abandon everyone to save himself or his mother. And this keeps getting proven. He will abandon his gang and leave them to die just because he's selfish. And because of that, he doesn't have what it takes. Given he can definitely still learn it, but I don't think he's ever going to. I think he's gonna fail. I know he's going to end up rising up. Before, I said I was kind of rooting for the Penguin. God, I just want Batman to kick the shit out of him. He is scummy as all hell. That's good. I'm glad they gave us that development, but I do kind of wish they kept it a bit where we're rooting for him. Because even though he's a villain and we know we shouldn't be, he was likable. Now he's just the Penguin, which is fair. That's how it's supposed to be. But that would have been, I think, a nice change. It would have been a fun change. We do have one more episode, and I really, really hope we still get some sort of confirmation or tease on what the big villain is for the second one, because it's definitely not the Penguin. He's going to be in it, but he is not going to be the big bad. We could easily go into No Man's Land, but get some sort of teaser, even if it's just like in a news clip of new like fear toxin, or some sort of laboratory has been robbed and some cryogenic freeze has been stolen, or there's a big accident at Freeze Inc. or whatever. Something teasing the next movie. That is something I still desperately want. And also something just to see the Batman, because as much as Batman's not supposed to be in this show, there's a lot of things happening, a lot of massive events, and especially in this episode, like all throughout Gotham, where he's just absent. and no mention of him where you think he would be there. Like, if there's good, like, I'm not saying this happens, but, like, when there was, like, giant explosions and then the flood happened, he was there. But there's, like, big explosions here, he's nowhere. So I hope we get some sort of mention of why he's not there, just so we have more of this in-universe feel to it, because right now this feels very much like a separate entity from the Batman. And again, you do need Gotham and superhero shows to grow outside of the Batman, but at the moment, it is still the Batman's world. Let's get something. Last episode, just say where he is, fighting some mutant alligator underground or something. That's what I want. We have one more episode. I still am enjoying the show overall. This is another low point, but given for how great the show's been so far, it's forgivable. To me, this episode was disappointing. I think that's probably the best way to put it, just because it's just one or two moments that ruined it, which is such a shame, but I think they're pretty big moments. I very much want to hear what you guys are thinking. If you enjoyed this video, the series finale, well, at the moment series finale, if Agatha All Along just premiered, go check out our review for that. Penguin's definitely much better, but you will be surprised about how Agatha ended, I